Kathryn Arndt, Newsroom time, and what a lovely opening. How good is that?
Well, I think it's fitting. This is our second year of VLGA Connect, Chris, and we thought it was time to really, shake things up, have a new theme for 2021. And I think we've hit the nail on the head. Well, I should say JLF has hit the nail on the head.
I think we've gone all classy. It's lovely.
Look, and if we go back, we won't though, or perhaps we do cut back to our very first episode of VLGA Connect. I think we've come a long way.
Don't do that. It's best left. It's best left where it was.
In the archives.
Anyway, lovely to see you. It is March. Summer series is behind us, but also your VLGA annual general meeting is behind you. Let's deal with that first. How did that go last week?
Look, I think all things considered, it's always tough to have an AGM, I think, via Zoom. Particularly that was the first time that the VLGA had done that. And I know it's become a very common thing now in this COVID environment, but we certainly got through a lot. We had a overwhelming unanimous support for the special resolution that was tabled. We delivered our virtual annual report. Unfortunately, not without a couple of technical hiccups just in the beginning, but we got there in the end, and certainly that has now been recirculated out there, so our members should be able to enjoy that without the technical issues at their own leisure.
You know what, though? I think people are pretty forgiving and understanding of the technical issues working in the Zoom environment, don't you?
I think so. If anything, Zoom has really highlighted that we are in fact all human and prone to error. And when you're on camera, it's a little bit hard to hide some of those things. And of course, unfortunately for me, I don't really have a poker face. So.
Fair enough. All right. Well, there's lots to come. We'll touch on some highlights very shortly, but let's have a look at some of the news stories that caught our eye this past week. Given the segment's called Newsroom, a few announcements out of the state government that I think are interesting, will have some impact on councils and local government in various ways, positive ways, such as Victoria taking action on single-use plastics. I know there's a lot of coverage at the moment for what's happening in South Australia, but Victoria's got a plan to do the same over the next couple of years.
It has, and I think many of the states have already gone down this path or are well and truly along it. So it's very pleasing to see that Victoria is now looking at this as part of a circular economy strategy. I was reading with interest that currently, on average, each Victorian sends around 68 kilograms of plastic waste to landfill every year. That's an incredible figure.
That stat caught my eye as well. It is an incredible figure, so clearly a lot more needs to be done. Some people are doing their part already, and some government agencies, the report notes, have already moved to phase out single-use plastics, but we'll see a broad across-government response to this between now and 2023. Also out of the government this week is news that a lot of government schools in the state are going to be receiving solar systems. Again, makes a lot of sense in the context of climate change and lowering costs where possible. I don't have a list of the schools, but I think it was 170 something in the announcement that came out these past few days.
Yes, I recall it was that sort of figure. And when you think about all of that roof space that can house these solar panels, seems like a very sensible way forward.
1,600 school upgrades over the past 5 years, with $9 billion invested by this current government, which I assume includes that announcement of solar systems. So investment that I'm sure most people welcome. And one that will definitely have an impact on some councils because it's going to be brought into their planning schemes. New rules that the Planning Minister, Richard Winters, announced around apartments. And this is, again, about making them more livable, more green spaces, reducing wind tunnels, good measures by the sound of it.
Yes, I read that with interest. As some of our viewers may be aware, the Victorian Planning Authority is at the moment consulting with stakeholders on their their business plan for the year and also their strategic plan. And Minister Wynne opened that first consultation session a week or so ago. And this initiative, along with, I guess, a number of others that we'll see released by the state government, is to, again, be consistent with all of the current state policy changes around environment protection, climate change, planning strategy in particular, and reducing, as you say, those wind tunnels that can eventuate between higher or medium density dwellings, but at the same time incorporating some of that green space.
Yeah, and some talk there about the way balconies are used or aren't used when they're on those really high floors, because I must admit, if I was on a 40th floor and had a balcony, I probably wouldn't be too keen to spend too much time out there.
Yes, with the wind, well, that, yes, exactly.
All right, and look, a couple of nice ones from particular councils that I thought were worth highlighting this week, Kathryn. Mornington Peninsula Shire.
I saw that one, Chris, about an augmented reality trail.
Yeah, doesn't that sound really interesting? And they're looking for community engagement with public spaces through this augmented reality trail, as you call it, at 7 locations around the Shire. What an exciting idea.
Look, it is. And did I read that it can actually transport back people who engage with I guess it's an app, through their smartphone or tablet, take them back 100 years or so to see what the Shire looked like back then?
Sorrento and Portsea in particular, absolutely. It just shows you that some of the things you can do with the technology to really engage with people.
And I think that often that's underestimated at the local government level. Local government's actually at the forefront of a lot of digital transformation, and this is another example of that.
Absolutely is. So check that out from Mornington Peninsula Shire. And another that I thought was terrific is the City of Greater Bendigo. They've come up with a really unique way of activating the creative community by launching paid residencies for 5 artists for up to 3 months in partnership with local businesses. They call it the Creative Recovery Residency Program. What
a fantastic initiative. I mean, we really do know that the creative arts have been heavily impacted by COVID. And here's an opportunity for local artists to work with local businesses and try and stimulate the economy, bring with it that nice sense of creativity for the community as well. I think it's a terrific initiative by the City of Bendigo.
It's nice to highlight these things that are happening with different councils around the state. Last week, Kathryn, I must give you an update. We talked about the electronic vehicle charging station rollout in Central Goldfields and beyond. We've had some great feedback from viewers and listeners on that, including someone tweeted me a photo of the first charging station in, I think, Maryborough. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. Already in use, just been installed at about the time we were talking about it. So terrific.
I did see some of those tweets come through, and I thought, look, it's always difficult to know what will capture people's attention. So it's, excellent to see that we got that feedback from that story.
And talking about capturing attention, Clean Up Australia Day always has captured the attention of many, and another opportunity coming up this coming long weekend with councils right across the state putting on events as part of Clean Up Australia Day. The LGIU News Service has highlighted things happening in Brimbank, Bayside and Townsville. So, it's a national phenomenon, really, and great to see people still support it so well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think for our viewers, just go to your local council's website to check out what they might be doing for that day.
Indeed. All right, there's a few of the stories that caught our eye. If there's stories that you see that you'd like us to cover on Newsroom, we're only too happy for you to let us know, and we'll try and work it into a future episode. Let's get into the VLGA classifieds. We've talked about the AGM. Fast Track is with us this Friday now. It's come around so quickly, and I think you're just about fully subscribed.
Look, I think we're just about at capacity, but if anyone has neglected to register, please contact us and we'll certainly pop you on the waiting list or try to make room for you. But at this stage, we're well and truly close to having to close that off. I'm really looking forward to that day. I'm so pleased that we can deliver that face-to-face. Touch wood at this stage.
And for those that don't know what we're talking about, it's the annual leadership development program that you do for councillors. I've seen the panel lineups that you have and the topics. And of course, you've got the minister confirmed to do an opening.
For the past 3 years, and this year included, we have the Minister for Local Government who'll be available to open the day, but also stay around and participate in a Q&A. So an excellent opportunity for those who are in attendance to have that face-to-face time with the minister and ask him those burning questions that they may have. I'm still hoping to one day get the Minister for Local Government and the Planning Minister in the same room, because invariably a lot of the questions that come up for the Local Government Minister are related to planning matters. And I think that would be another opportunity which I will not let go of, and I'll continue to.
So you're not suggesting they've never been in the same room and that they might be the same person, are you?
That's no, I'm not suggesting that at all. And in fact, in fairness to the current Minister for Local Government, I haven't yet had that conversation with him. So I'll do that at my next catch up, which is coming up. And also on Fast Track, or on the program for Fast Track, we have a Melbourne Playback, I think is the name of the group. It's a theatrical group that will be ending the day with, I guess, a lighter touch to the really important topics that were discussed throughout the day. So I think that will be a very interesting way to end the day, followed by some networking.
I bet people are really looking forward to it. The opportunities to have these face-to-face events have been few and far between for quite some time, as you know, and people are really embracing them when they come up. The other really exciting thing that you haven't, I can't believe you haven't mentioned, Kathryn, is the opportunity to do a live on-site edition of the governance update from Fast Track Day. I don't know if we're quite game enough to go live to air with it, but we'll be live and in the same room.
Oh, look, yes, that'll be, and I must say that reminds me, not only are you going to be doing that governance update with Steve Cooper live from the very venue of the Fast Track program, we will also be filming pre-recorded interviews with all of our panelists, which will capture the key themes of the day and topics that will be discussed. And that's always worthwhile viewing for those who perhaps couldn't make it, or for those who attend and would like to follow up afterwards.
Provides a good time capsule of the day, doesn't it, that you can go back and look at on in future as well. Also coming up, I think just another week away, is your Governance Advisory Network.
Yes, that's right. The Governance Advisory Network, they're meeting on Friday, the 12th of March, and that is the VLGA's group of governance officers and councillors, a representative from all of our member councils who come together on a quarterly basis to discuss and inform the program and advocacy work of the VLGA. So looking forward to the first meeting of that group in a couple of weeks.
Excellent. Well, you must have a lot to do getting ready for Friday, so we might call it quits there for this week's newsroom. But to be honest, it's just that I can't wait to see the lovely closing titles that match the lovely opening titles as we say goodbye from another newsroom, Kathryn.
Indeed, Chris. I'll look forward to seeing you next week.
And we'll see you again soon for Governance on Friday, newsroom again next week. Bye for now.